Okay, we're good. We're good. I'm just gonna do something different this time. I'm gassy. We're gonna be doing a research paper. Um, because why not? So, of course, the research paper. Yeah, this is a template. We have our intro. And then we have a selector header. I don't know what that means. Then we got our body paragraphs and then our conclusion. Don't work our works cited. This is just jumbo. So, let me rename this to paper. And I'm gonna rename this to idea. About paper. So, this research paper is going to basically be about ghost jobs being a huge security risk. Okay. Ghost jobs being okay. This paper is about what am I missing? Okay. This research about how ghost jobs are a oops. What am I doing? Ghost jobs or a security concern. So, what do I mean about that? That's a question that I'm gonna associate people are gonna ask right away, especially if I'm doing a PowerPoint about this, and that is there's multiple answers. So let's go ahead and do that. So first answer, personal information. Personal information being compromised, stolen, or used for criminal activity. Used for criminal. I think that's the same as compromised. And etc. So that's the first reason why ghost jobs are a security concern. Second of all, why it's another security concern, the person that didn't really consent for their information to be in towards these databases for months. They expected it to be done over maybe at least most of a month. the end user did not consent to the data being held indefinitely. Man, I'm gonna be such a good typer out of this. INIT. Definitely, okay. Indefinitely. At most a couple of weeks to a month for only the purpose of, I spell purpose so wrong. Okay. Purpose of getting a position. Okay. Well, what's it suggesting? So how else is it a security concern? Well, so we're talking about no form of consent. It be used for criminal, stolen, or other forms of activities. So the reason why I put this one here is because there'll be companies out there that just hold your data indefinitely as from data mining. So that's another good thing. Adds people to data mine these people could take all of the information and use that for profit, i.e. data mining, criminal, or other avenues. I do not know how to spell avenues. Other ways. So data mining are criminal or other ways. So what else are they in towards a cybersecurity concern? Cyber security methodology. I can't remember. So it'd be cybersecurity point of minimizing amount of data being on site. Data minimization. There we go. So data minimization is a critical cybersecurity strategy that involves collecting, storing, and processing only the personal data strictly necessary for specific business purposes. It means not giving Facebook, no, Windows your location, because for some reason it doesn't need your location. For some reason, it'll tell you, but it does not need your location. Goes against data minimization. There. Goes against shoot. Data minimization. There we go. What else? I mean, yeah, it will waste people's time, but it's not really a cybersecurity concern. Okay. So, I guess another one would be, how would they who can make ghost jobs? Yeah. Who can make, well, anybody can, that's the thing. I just asked ChatGPT to give me a roadmap. Read papers, blah. Read the papers that model the problem mathematically and these that measure economic harm. This will provide the foundation of your paper. Okay, collect your own examples, security risks, set up alerts on job platforms for specific job titles. When you find a special listing, document it using also like tools. What's that? What the? Whoa. This is pretty cool. Damn. Verify that companies exist. Check if the same job is posted every few months. Collect data on types of information required. Note if they are asking for sensitive information like SSNs or full addresses too. Early in the process, the major red flag, analyze a harmful example of creating case study section in your paper demonstrating how seemingly legitimate jobs is actually a data mining operation. Writing a structured paper, blah blah blah. Writing a structured paper is hard. So the main points are collecting my own data. So it's basically fishing for bad job listings that are data mining operations or non-legitimate sources. Who's lookup? Wait, isn't that okay? Check the domain registration of the company's website to see if it matches legitimate corporation information. Social media analysis. Check if a company has a legitimate and active presence. Scammers often create shell companies with no reputation, hidden behind fake officers and identities. Yeah, that is actually true. Phishing scams do happen a lot on LinkedIn. I wouldn't really consider that as a ghost job though. So reserve and shirts, manual data collection, create a spreadsheet to record matrix like days listed has been active, vague faces in the description, and unusual high salary for the road. This data can be analyzed to identify common patterns. Machine learning and AI, a 2025 honor thesis explored using BERT, neural network model, to classify ghost jobs listing based on a text pattern. While this might be technically advertised for a short paper, it shows a cutting edge of dedication. Okay. So I'm gonna be reading a research paper. Can't really show it though because copyright reasons. Or I'll just read on my own. This paper is going to be from Ghost Jobs by Daniel J. Grimm. Spectres haunting ghost jobs in the past COVID-19. Shoot. Economy, ghost jobs, which are job listings that are real companies advertise positions that do not actually. Alright, let's go through the intro just fast. Why do companies advertise ghost jobs while doing so would seem a waste of time? Waste of everyone's time. Companies post ghost jobs are driven by a variety of, what does that word say? Incentives, yeah. Perhaps the most being is the desire to build a talent pipeline. Yeah, building a talent pipeline to quick find certain things. Legislators in New Jersey, California, and Brazil can have some individual process towards combining ghost jobs. Indeed, it is the common refrain that advertising ghost job is not prohibited in the United States. The Prince challenges the notion, arguing that while federal legislation may not be on the horizon. Hold on, guys, I gotta go back. Never mind. The Prince has three parts. Part 1 describes the modern social construct as a system of contract and consent. There we go. That is something. Okay, the wrongful wrongfulness of ghost jobs is not really entirely due to false hope they inflict on job seekers rather than ghost jobs, or an ethical affront because they are reflect a new evolution in the use of detection. What does that say? To enroll individual privacy, the deception runs deep, making ghost jobs difficult to avoid or prove. They tend to prey on they prey on the vulnerability throughout trickery and illusion rather than direct. Yep, such as desk jobs. Claim the factors and ask to correct requirements. The personal data is vulnerable and such be handled with care. They can throughout privacy connections before selecting agree on the credit offer. Source use the paper, the Community Law Review article by is person on point of research topic, and it's in a legal judgment, making it highly authorized in source. Okay, so So basically, this is really saying it's unethical to a very high degree. But a new evolution in there we go. That's actually something I should copy. I know it said evolution because I literally just read it. Okay. So, let me just put this right here. Just right here. Okay. Copy text. So, I'm gonna make a comment. I'm just gonna copy that. So, the wrongful of ghost jobs is not entirely due to false hope they inflict on jobs rather than ghost jobs or an ethical affront because they are restricted towards a new evolution in the use of the detect and enroll in visual privacy. So, oh fuck, I just realized that. So like, yeah. I guess we can just make this is called intro graph 1, paragraph 1. Man, I cannot spell. Rename. Bro, I literally just copied this. Copy. Rename paragraph 1. Okay. So our main paragraph 1 is going to be going towards this. Find related content. So. So that's our source. Work. Okay. Ghost jobs are ethical upfront because they reflect a new evolution in use. Bro, I can't. Deception runs deep, making ghost jobs difficult to avoid or approve. They tend to prey on the vulnerable throughout trickery and illusions rather than direct moves. The range of sensitive information that ghost jobs can obtain throughout sleight of hand is vast, as job applications often requires personal data concerning gender, sex, orientation, ethnicity, veteran status, physical disability, or other. So this one's going to be the first one. It's going to be talking about types of information that ghost jobs can obtain. So, what type of person do I have to be doing a research paper? First person, yeah, that's what I mean. You don't know the episode. I.e. first, second, or third person. Third person is traditional, so I'm going to be speaking in third person. Okay. Ghost jobs may seem on the surface not harmful at all, and might even convince some individuals that they are needed and are useful people to gain positions in a faster and more way. So what I mean by accurate, I mean you're right for the job type of accurate. What's a okay? How do you say they are most qualified? That's a more qualified for the position. Okay, so that's our first sentence. Ghost jobs may seem on the surface ghost jobs may seem on the surface not harmful, not to be harmful at all, and might even convince some individuals that they are needed and or useful in helping people to gain positions faster and more qualified for the position. Help people to get positions faster and be more accurate. Be more accurate. Be more accurate in finding the most qualified person for the position. Individual for the position. Okay. So that's a good one. Okay, let me read it one more time. Ghost jobs may seem on the surface not to be harmful at all and might even convince some individuals that they are needed and are useful in helping people to gain positions faster and to be more accurate in finding the most qualified individuals for the position. It just feels very long to read. Yeah, that's fine. So, I guess the next thing I'm going to put is, but in reality, this. Because they're evolution. But I'll do this first. Okay. How do they say? But in reality, do they capitalize ghost jobs? No. Ghost jobs or a new solution. Evolution in the job market. for the company's evolution of the general market for the benefit and the companies for the company of the company. They are the benefit. They benefit the company. Yeah. So they benefit the company by allowing I don't want to say by allowing the company to, yeah, I guess I can say that, company to store information of their applicants. And sort them using a tool called ATS. Let me just look up abbreviation of ATS. Just search up ATS. Application tracking system. Copy. Recopy. ATS. And then rank these in individuals to find the most qualified candidate. So, Ghost has benefit from the company by allowing to store information about applications and sort them in the tool called ATS, and then rank these individuals to find the most qualified. That on paper sounds fine. At the end of the day, it sounds fine. Shoot. That's on paper sound. No, I shouldn't do that. So instead of, okay, qualified candidate. What else then? Most qualified candidate. These ATS can take a lot of information that Eddie would be cool if an employer would ask a future interviewer and no, it's interviewer. Is it interviewer? Whatever. Cool. For an example, there might be well, it's not really the ATS that's asking these questions. It's really the employer that's putting in towards the application process asking for these questions. Application tracking system. Rank these individuals to be most qualified. But, okay. Hold on, let me check if something. Does ATS keep information into a database? Yes, ATS store candidates information in a digital database. Did I put that down? Good shows that the company are allowing to store information of their applicants and sort them using a tool. Etc. Yeah. That sorts that uses a centralized database. And then rank these put applicants rank these applicants to find the most qualified candidate for the position. Okay, there we go. Okay, now we go for the type of information. The type of information that these ATS stores depends on the questions that the candidate applicants provide. Yeah, let's provide. Does ATS questions So yeah, it does include a question. Okay, yes, application often include questions regarding disability status, typically as a veteran's self-identification of disability form. The questions are optional and allowing. Yep. Does SES ask questions? So yeah, they just do at the end of the day. Provide. That these ATS stores depends on the questions that the applicants answer. These questions can be from completely normal, everyone answers, to highly legal, illegal, and highly illegal / very personal informations. No, it's just information. Okay. Yeah, this type of information that ATS stores depends on the questions that are that the application answers. I swear this is like the wrong word.
Applicant.
Nah, it's the right word. Applicant. The applicant's answers. These questions can be from completely normal answers. Question. Questions like military status, to highly legal / very personal questions. Okay. Yeah. So rather than ghost jobs would be affordable. Deep down runs making ghost jobs difficult to avoid. Prove they tend to prey on the vulnerable throughout trickery. The range of sensitive information. They see ghost jobs. Okay, so what else? Do I think it's trickery or vulnerable? Yeah. But I think I can wrap that around towards something like towards the end. This is a big ass paragraph. I can like break it down towards multiple. Very personal questions. Gender, sex. There is this information jobs can obtain throughout sleight of hand is visits vast as job applicants. These after personal data. The so these are all legal questions to ask too. Highly illegal. So on the surface, okay. So I want to end this paragraph. What can I end it with? So this one kind of just makes the framework of they're storing this information. And then on my next paragraph, I can talk about data breaches and stuff. So this is about storing. Such data, of course, typically happens only after a job application has checked whether they're figured it in Ubuntu's privacy contracts. Wait, what?
Such data extraction, of course, typically happens only after a job applicant has clicked through a thicket of ubiquitous privacy contracts, online terms of service, and data collection notices that clog the firmament of our digital world. These devices are not written to be read, 27, but rather to obtain consent. That modern talisman against privacy torts and regulatory violations. 28. While not all ghost jobs rely on standard privacy agreements, most do. 29.
Okay. So then that just makes the point that afterwards giving all this information towards the ATS. So after giving these this information to the ATS, then it will make you agree to the terms of service, which basically say that you consented towards giving your data to them, and of course other things like email notifications, these terms of service is not. Terms of services are most likely. So it makes a point like, yeah, they're never read. Who reads terms of services? Which, yeah, I think if you ask anybody, they would all agree nobody reads terms of services. Why not all jobs rely on standard privacy agreements? Most do. Okay, so I'm gonna ask ChatGPT what can I do better with this. My first body paragraph, and what can I do to improve this? And how do I do insight? Damn, what's it called? Citation. Yeah, I don't know how to spell. Okay, blah blah blah. Since starting ghost jobs may seem on the surface not to be hard, it is a bit confusing. It sounds like you're arguing ghost jobs. Instead, you should state a common misconception that ghost jobs are just nuisance, and they are immediately countered in your thesis about privacy harm. Okay. So ghost jobs may seem on the surface not to be harmful at all, but and might even convince some individuals that are needed to be useful. So I can probably do ghost jobs or okay. I can just straight up what's it called? Just say the definition of ghost jobs. Ghost jobs are job postings that are not actively hiring but are posted anyways to collect information about future candidates. Ghost jobs are new. Yeah, I feel like just simply doing that. Ghost jobs, yeah, makes it shorter, makes it sweeter. Unclear focus on the ATS and data. Your translation of legal theory, the canonical ATS is a jargon. ATS is a real tool, but you need to show how it relates into privacy problem. It is a tool for good companies. it is a tool used by scammers. You need to clarify that it is the vehicle throughout which a company collects and stores. Question is too broad. Like a CFIS. Revisit and important versions. Okay. Gross jobs are a new evolution in the job market for benefits companies. Companies by improving the speed of hiring and filtering out spam. Oh shit. No. By advertising job positions that are not actively hiring. How should I structure this though? I'm thinking about restructuring everything. Go for like online job applications and then go down towards that. Should I go by talking about online applications, then down to ATS being a tool, and then go down towards ghost jobs, and then talk about the nation of all of these with bad companies make these can of these tools can the problem with this structured issue, the structure starts with it's an online apps, less ITS. Before establishing the proper ghost jobs, it puts the cart before the horse. The reader needs to understand what ghost jobs are and why it matters in the technical world. So define the problem, starting with ghost jobs and why they matter. This hooks, okay. For the benefit of the companies by advertising positions they are not actively hiring. So then I can put down Ghost jobs also tracked bad actors by that want to profit through selling data or data mining. There we go. Explain the mechanism of ATS and online applications. Once the reader understands the problem, explaining the tools that make it possible. Okay. So how would I phrase that? I'll phrase it with all this data. With all this data, it makes it hard. Throughout the digital age, we people have the ability to apply to jobs online, and this created job application platforms like LinkedIn, Indeed, and Glassdoor. Over time, these job application, these job postings, over time, job postings have gotten lots of spam. And because of that, a tool was created called ATS. ATS uses a digital database. Where am I? Database to store the candidates information and then ranks them according to the job descriptions and other heuristics. And other variables. Okay. So we did that one. Analyze the vulnerability. The combination. Show how the combination of Ghost jobs plus ATS plus data collection creates a security risk. Okay. With all of these tools, it creates organizing Kent's easier but also makes security personal makes a big security risk. Okay, get rid of all this crap. Type of information the ATS depends on the questions. The answer. Bad actors could use these tools in a malicious or profit way. A harmful or profitable way. By data mining, selling or other criminal ways. Okay. Job description variables. I forgot to put down the ATS asks questions. Uses candidates information that they gave when the ATS asked questions during the application process. Okay. Criminal ways. The types of question. The types of questions the ATS might ask, and give good reason to people that are applying. For an example, asking for SSN for printing taxes, implement for storage to for when hired for tax reasons. Yeah. To sound convincing. Okay. Argue the consequences bad actors correlate with the real world threat. This combination attacks data leaks. With all of these sensitive information on the ATS's database, then it could be susceptible for a data breach. Which in turns internet in turns that these sensitive information to be leaked in the public web for even more bad actors. For even more bad actors to get their hands on. Yep, misspelled there. I figured that. Okay. What's working well? Improvement. Grammatical. Okay. What about this? Can you make this better grammar? And fix if the what the fuck you meant is misrepresented. In the wrong way. Okay. Copy. Damn. Okay. Ghost jobs are a new evolution of the job market for the benefit of the company as they advertise positions. They are not actively hiring. However, ghost jobs also attract bad actors who seek to profit throughout data mining and selling personal information. In the digital age, people have the ability to apply for online For online jobs online, which has created job application platforms like LinkedIn, Indeed, and Glassdoor. Over time, these job postings have attracted significant spam, and in results, a tool called Application Tracking System (ATS) was developed. The ATS uses centralized digital database to store candidates' information, which is collected throughout questioning asked during the application process, and then ranks applicants according to job description and other variables, which these tools are. While these tools make organizations applicants or organizing applicants easier, they also create a significant security risk. Bad actors could exploit these tools for harmful or profit-driven purposes, such as data mining, selling personal information, or other criminal activities. The type of questions ATS might ask can appear legitimate and convincing. For an example, requesting social security number under pretense of tax purposes when hiring. With all of the sensitive information stored in the ATS, it becomes suitable for data breaches. Consequently, this sensitive information could be leaked to the public web, where even more bad actors could gain access towards it. Yep, that's good. Okay, so that's paragraph 1. What the fuck? Shit. Why is it italicized? I don't want that. I'm just gonna delete everything. Also, I'm pretty sure you're supposed to have a page break for works cited. Okay, also I want to, what's it called? How do I cite this? I think I have to go to Google Scholar for this. No, I don't. I can just go back here.
Based on the text you provided and the citation details you listed, here's exactly how to cite the source in your paper, along with an improved version of your paragraph that correctly integrates the citation.
Oh yeah, do I need to do in text citation? I'm really bad. I don't know how to do in text citation.
Yes, you absolutely need to do in-text citations. Whenever you use an author's unique idea, argument, or specific phrasing, you must give them credit. Failing to do so is plagiarism, even if your source is excellent, and you have already integrated some of Grimm's ideas into your paragraph. However, you have done so without citing him, which is a problem.
Nuh-uh. Okay, let's go ahead and copy this to here. Yeah, of course, duh. Works cited. Hold on, I probably shouldn't have deleted all that. Ah, fuck. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I know. I just copy the MOA format for that. That's not hard. In-text citation MOA.
The number 185 is the page number where you found the information. Since your paragraph references ideas from pages 183 and 185, you would cite those specific pages.
I do. Oh yeah, shit, I do. I see the pages.
Identifying where you used Grimm's ideas. Look at your paragraph. Several sentences are either direct paraphrases or summaries of Grimm's arguments.
Okay. Damn it. Boom. Okay. So we're just okay, so I have to do the page number and that's it. That does not seem that bad, honestly. But I'm not gonna lie. That seems a whole lot more easier than I remember. So I used the wording evolution. I can just literally just copy this. No, I can't. Wait, what the fuck? Wait, I downloaded it. No, I didn't. I didn't download it. Oh my god. It made me think I downloaded it, but I did not download it. Research paper. Let me just do, there you go. Save as PDF. Okay. So this is page 188. This is where I got the information. Ghost jobs and new evolution of the market. Yeah, but that's not on that page though. It's all on page 188. Hold on. Yeah, I literally just copied everything from 188. What? Oh my gosh. Now I have no idea. Let's just go ahead and go to Google. Actual chat GPT then. Just log in then. Okay, let me just have it do the whole research paper. This is what I read and used for my work. Can you cite it? Wait. They did not do everything. What?
For the paragraph you wrote, you can put the citation at the end of the paragraph.
Wait, really? Huh. Huh.
Also, the specific passage you copied from the article is on page 188. Grimm states that job applications can request sensitive information and explains how privacy agreements are used during the application process.
Yeah.
So if your professor wants MLA, I would use
In text for the passage you quoted. So this is correct. And just put this at the end. Almost.
almost, but I would not put Grimm 188 at the end of the entire paragraph. The bigger issue is that not every claim in your paragraph is supported by Grimm's article, so the citation makes it look like Grimm is the source for all of it. However, Grimm does not appear to be the source for your specific claims about ATS systems, LinkedIn, Indeed, Glassdoor creating the problem, or employers asking for social security numbers for tax purposes. Those would need their own sources if you're keeping them. If your assignment requires you to keep your original paragraph, then I'd recommend finding a separate source specifically about ATS databases and social security numbers rather than attributing those claims to Grimm.
I feel like this is the right way to go. I don't know. There we go. What? Oh no. This concept, as Grimm explains, there's a shield against Tors and right-wing violence. What the fuck? Okay, however, as a legal scholar, Grimm argues job applications also attract bad actors who seek to profit throughout data mining and selling personal information A new evolution is used to create an street profit in the digital age. Over time, these giant profiles, blah, 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 called ATS, blah, blah, blah. While these are bad actors, yeah, that's my part. Yeah, okay, source that. The data expiration throughout topics happen after application click the process. It comes to as Graham explains shield as stored in the ATS database. Yep. Actually, at first I thought I was like, oh no, it fucked it up so badly. But then I was like, I read it, it's like, oh, it didn't really fuck it up that badly. There you go. That's our first paragraph, guys. Fuck yeah. I did a good amount of reading. So I'm going to be doing this, trying to be doing this Monday through Friday. And then on the weekends, I'll just play whatever Flash games or Minecraft. Over time, I'll get really good at this. Hell, maybe I'll do my own things. Yeah. Don't really need to have that. Conclusion. I mean, this is a big ass paragraph. I ain't gonna lie. That is a juicy paragraph. But yeah, I think that's about it. I'm going to find another one, and then gonna find another article probably tomorrow, or maybe I'm going to be searching an article tomorrow that goes more about mathematical ways. It's bad, but that's about it. So, see ya.